What's up, Top 10 fam? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host Ayman Hassan and welcome back to another video. Now I'm so thankful for cameras for so many reasons. For capturing memories, videos of iconic moments. Damn, I kinda sound like a Kodak ad, don't I? I'm not. But for security purposes, cameras are where it's at. As soon as anything incriminating happens in front of a camera, the popo have got you. You can't even deny it because your face is literally in the footage, mate. Like, you can't be like, that wasn't me. It was. But aside from all those things, sometimes cameras catch people doing really bizarre things, and with that being said, these are the top 10 mysterious strangers caught on camera. Starting off at number 10 are the superhuman twins. Now back in May of 2008, Swedish twin sisters Ursula and Sabina Eriksson were filmed repeatedly running across a busy M6 highway. They were hit by oncoming traffic multiple times, and then Ursula even went under the wheels of a large truck, yet remained completely unharmed. As the twins are being talked to by the police, one of them gets free and runs right in front of an oncoming lorry, and then the other one runs out as well and gets hit by a car. The footage freezes right before she gets hit by the lorry for graphic purposes, and then restarts as the police call the paramedics. Now the lorry twin is in critical condition, but the other one is remarkably fine despite being in an accident that would usually kill someone. The car twin then just gets up and starts running after fighting off a policewoman, and it actually ends up taking 6 police officers to take her down. Her strength was somehow unparalleled and no one knows how. Apparently they both suffer from a very rare form of shared psychosis where the mental health of one influenced the other one's sanity. Like when you watch this footage, you're like, these women are literally just running for it, just trying to get hit by these cars. Coming in at number 9 are the clowns of Springfield. Not the Simpsons Springfield, but after watching the footage I really wished it was in cartoon land and not real life. So back at the start of October in 2014, multiple home security cameras captured various sinister clown sightings. And it wasn't even, oh, like they were walking by and the camera saw it. Like, no, these clowns would straight up come to the house's porch and stare into the camera like this. Like, why always a creepy head tilt? It's really weird. Now one clown stared at the camera from outside the gate for a while before coming in. Another one holding balloons came into someone's porch and stared at their camera, then picked up a decorative pumpkin and started punching it for the camera before tearing it apart and throwing it on the ground. Another one just stood in front of the camera looking creepy as hell and then lighting his face on and off, and I can't tell if it's the mask he's wearing or it's a torch he's using under his shirt. I really don't know. He then tells the camera not to tell anyone by doing this before leaving and lighting his face up one last time outside the gate. I mean, if it was part of some Halloween prank, then I totally get it, but this was 3.5 weeks before Halloween, so was it really just a prank? Or 2014, was that when the whole clown craze was a thing? Surely not. Surely it wasn't that long ago. At number 8 we have the Miami cannibal attack. Yep, you guys, can you even imagine? I can't even imagine. So this happened during Memorial Day weekend back in May of 2012. A 31-year-old Rudy Eugene had just been at Urban Beach weekend and was walking back to the mainland. Now as he's walking, he sees 65-year-old homeless man Ronald Popo sitting on the sidewalk and then suddenly attacks him. In the footage you can see him approaching Ronald, but then our view gets blocked by a palm frond, which is just bloody brilliant. A few minutes of attacking later, you see Eugene throwing Ronald down the sidewalk while still attacking him. He starts tearing his clothes off and eventually chewed parts of his face off, which I don't even understand. Mind you, many cyclists and cars actually pass the scene before actually stopping to see what the hell is happening. Now 15 minutes later, a police car pulls up and fires 5 shots in an attempt to stop the attack. When the footage zooms in at the very end, you can see both men naked on the floor as paramedics take Ronald away. Now initially, investigators assumed drugs or bath salts were behind the attack, but post-mortem autopsy results showed 0 drugs in his system, so we have no idea why this man did what he did. He just walks down the street and is like, you know what? I feel like eating a face, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. And no! Creep. Filling at number 7 slot is TV Santa Claus. Now honestly, there's so many things I say on this channel that I'm like, wow, never thought I'd see the day I'd be saying that, and TV Santa Claus is one of them. Now on the night of August 22nd, 2018, several CCTV cameras recorded a mysterious unknown figure dubbed TV Santa Claus leaving vintage TV box sets on people's porches in Grey Oaks, Virginia. Which, I mean, isn't illegal, it's just weird. They were never caught though and did the same thing this year as well. Now the footage shows a person wearing a blue jumpsuit, wearing a TV as a head and just depositing the TV sets on the porches. This year they hit 50 homes in Henrico County, and police quickly collected all the sets and told residents to report it straight away if it happens to them as well. I mean, it could be a harmless prank, could be part of a bigger, more dastardly scheme, who really knows? I certainly don't. TV Santa Claus, you're not doing anything illegal, but it's weird. Stop it. Now at number 6 is the Dazed Woman. Now this was posted by YouTuber Rainy Schuler back in 2013, and in it you can see a woman walking out of an opening in the trees in the darkness. It's raining this night, it's cold, and she looks like she has no idea what she's doing, almost like she's unaware she's even there. She stops at one point, looks into the trees, and walks into them for a minute, and then re-emerges clutching her chest. She then stands for a few minutes, walks a bit here and there for 10 minutes, and that's literally it. Mind you, this house is located in the mountains, so there's no neighbors close by, there are no roads nearby either, so the real question here is, baby, what is you doing? Coming in at number 5 is the Peeping Tom. So back in January of 2016, reality TV star Daniel Yancey from the show Jersey Belle spotted a disgusting sight on her CCTV security footage. On what appears to be either her back porch or her front porch, you see a completely naked man open the door and crawl in. He has a sock on his private part, and he's also wearing a Ronald Reagan mask. I mean, interesting choices. I'm not gonna slate him for lack of creativity, that's for damn sure. He looks like he's going to look into the windows, but then quickly runs away after hearing a sound, afraid of being caught. Now the whole thing is a mix of creepy and funny, and like, how is this guy not cold is my question. Like, you're naked. It is cold. At number 4 is the Laughing Woman. Now this one truly perplexed me because I just don't get it. I just don't know what's going on. Now, this elevator camera footage was released in Feb of 2015, but it was actually taken in 2006, which kind of explains the slightly dated clothing. Can you imagine? I'm calling 2006 dated. That was only 13 years ago, damn it. Like, what's going on? Now either way, in the video there's this woman standing at the back of this full elevator, and she just bursts out into laughter. And not even like a small giggle when you remember something funny, like no, she's hysterically laughing. Even hitting the people around her, like ha ha ha. Like, okay, who are you? People get off and new ones come on, and she's still laughing, and weirdly enough, no one around her ever asks what the hell she's laughing at. They just kind of let it happen near them. But the weirdest part is when she's alone in the elevator and she laughs even more hysterically and literally starts rolling off the walls. She sort of puts herself back together when other people enter the elevator, but that doesn't stop her from continuing to laugh. Now who is she? No idea. Why is she laughing? No clue. Not a damn clue. Filling our number 3 slot is the liquor. This one is just so effing weird, I don't even know what to say about it. So in January of this year, a man was caught on a family surveillance system licking their doorbell for 3 hours straight. Roberto Daniel Arroyo made his way to the house, and thankfully the parents weren't home, but the children were. The couple was soon alerted about a movement outside their door, and then of course comes the sensual licking footage. He then peed in the front yard, so that was, you know, like a great nice cherry on top. Like, I don't know what level of drugs this man was on to do this, but I need me some of those. Like, I'll take whatever he's having. Roberto was found very quickly because he kept looking right into the bloody camera, and then was charged with prowling and theft. I don't know what he stole really, other than the house's innocence and dignity, but sure. We'll leave it at that. Now at number 2 is the Porch mystery. So I don't actually truly know what's going on in this one, so just bear with me. From the footage you see someone leaving right after putting a blurry object onto the ground on someone's porch. You then hear them driving away and their dog barking, but that's not even the focal point of the video. Let's just disregard that. Shouldn't even have to mention it. Why am I still talking? Now that thing, whatever it is that they leave on the porch, starts moving despite being inanimate. It then grows and starts floating up as a black entity and just hovering there, and I have no clue what it is at all. Like, is it a floating black phantom? Is it an orb? A spirit? Like, did this person just leave a bloody spirit on someone's porch? Like, how rude is that? How rude is that? And finally, at number 1 is The Girl, and this one is honestly chilling and had me quite worried when I watched it the first time. So back in August of 2018, the resident of a home in the Sunrise Ranch neighborhood in Montgomery, Texas, found footage that scared the shit out of her. Someone had rang her doorbell in the middle of the night, but ignoring it and thinking it was probably a homeless or drunk person, the woman just went back to bed. The next morning, after looking at the camera footage, she called the police straight away. In the footage, you see a disheveled, half-dressed girl that's wearing some sort of handcuff or hand restraint, and she hurriedly rings the doorbell and then runs away. Now, law enforcement couldn't find her on the missing persons list, so they started canvassing the neighborhood. The police confirmed the woman was alive after a house call was made. The call featured a man threatening to commit suicide, and when officers arrived at the scene, they found the man, Dennis Collins, already dead from a gunshot wound. Turns out the woman in the footage was Dennis's girlfriend, who was a victim of domestic violence. The girl, that we dubbed Lauren, shared that she woke up next to Dennis, who she'd been dating for 4 months at the time, to find him kneeling on her chest and stuffing clothes into her mouth. And then the events that followed led her to that doorbell. I don't know how she got free, like I don't even know what she went through, but I really do feel for her. Like that would have been a lot. And that's it for today's video, guys. I didn't realize how screwed up this list was going to be and just all around weird. Like, are we really that weird as a species? Like, we need to do better. And also the fact that so many of these occurred on the doorsteps of people's homes, like that just creeps the hell out of me. Like, I live in an apartment, but like if someone did that outside my door, I would literally jump out the window. I'm not even kidding you. Let me know what you guys thought below, and as always, I'm your host, Ayman Hassan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.